I'm Katrina, and this is So and Tare, and today I want to tell you guys that I love GreenStalks. The end. No. So if you've watched, I have a couple videos. I'll link them up in here in the corner here throughout this little intro. And if you've watched those, you know that for a very, very long time I had wanted strawberry towers. I made my own version of it. It didn't quite work with the dryness that we have here, so it didn't quite work, but I really, really wanted that. And when GreenStalk came out with this stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive, I'm not gonna get it. And there was finally a coupon code that I did, that I got, and I decided just go for it. Okay, by that time my spearmint had taken over my strawberry bed, so while I was getting strawberries I had to dig for it, and it wasn't as successful as they could be if they were unimpeded. So what I did is I got a bunch of strawberry starts and I put them in here, and this is a GreenStalk, guys. The GreenStalk has shorter ones. This is a leaf GreenStalk, and then there's the original, which I'll show you guys inside the screen and porch still, which is bigger for things like I have peppers in there. So guys, I love this. We had the first year, don't actually remember when I planted these, but this will be these strawberries' second year. There are a few spots I need to fill with some, so I might be buying some. I might just there's one that started here as just as from seed, and then I might try and see if some more are in the bed still. I'll dig them out and put them in. And then they do get these long runners, which I did shove in some of the ones that didn't make it. But we have strawberries, and we had strawberries every single month. We haven't had any yet this in March, but every month since then. We had strawberries in December, which is pretty awesome. I mean, the strawberries in December were not as delicious as the ones in the summer, but they were still strawberries. So this is a great thing. This fits 6 plants each tier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 6. That's how many strawberries you fit in a space you can hug. Sorry, that was a little ridiculous. But in a space you can hug, you can fit so many strawberry plants. And this had this has a waterer. I am still thinking about how to make this an automatic waterer. I think it would have to be a timer system with you know, like a watering hose that comes here, and I have to figure out how much time it takes to fill the reservoir. I have to find out how much time it takes to fill the reservoir setting. So that's something I want to do this summer, because watering is my weakness. Automatic watering fixes everything. So I love this thing. I obviously haven't cleaned up after the strawberries. This is something I'll be doing. Just pull off the dead stuff. I can compost it. I can, you know, throw it on the pathway. It'll go anywhere. But something we have had is we have had strawberry flowers every month of the year so far. So this thing still has flowers. It's starting to flower more now that we're getting a little more light and we're getting tons of water. But yeah, this is an awesome thing, guys. So let's go look inside and see how that one did. And I overwintered some peppers, and some of them lasted, some of them didn't. I did not turn that one as many times because it's a little more awkward inside the porch. But these turn, and so I just go out here and what I do is when I feed the animals at night, because that's how I do things, is I do chores at night. I do the care at night. And so what I'll do is I'll come out, the bunny feed is in here, I'll come out, I'll just go like this as I walk past, and I move on, and then they're good for the next day. And if you do that every day, then they'll get equal sunlight and it'll be great. So I love this thing, guys. It's awesome. Let's go see the one inside. So these flowers, look, there's even strawberries starting right there. We're gonna have strawberries soon. There's more flowers there. We got some strawberries starting and some more flowers. I mean, this thing is incredible. It is incredible. So I realize it's a little bit darker in here. That's because we're not outside. But as you guys may have seen already in one of my shorts, I have jalapeno peppers starting on here already. It is March. It is mid-March, and I have jalapeno peppers starting on here already. Let me zoom in. Look at this, guys. There's a pepper there, there's a pepper here, a pepper here, a pepper there. 3, 4, 5 more peppers up here. And they're tiny, but they're there, and they're gonna give me food before anything happens right now with the seed. So part of the advantages of having stuff inside like this and growing peppers in a system like this is that I can bring it inside. Now my plan was, you can see there's like at each and every leaf node here, there's leaves growing. My plan was to cut it back, and I never did. So maybe I should, maybe I will with all the ones except for these. These were jalapenos from the store, and they were not as big or as good as Craig's Grande jalapenos, so I planted some of those, and hopefully they'll come up and I'll be able to put some in here and eventually replace these. But in the meantime, I'll eat their fruit, right? I'll eat those. And there's all sorts of different peppers in here. There's some I have not harvested from last year yet. That's still fine. They haven't gone moldy yet. And for this, I do have some parsley, but there are a lot of different peppers here. Now some of them look pretty sad, you know, but we can cut that right there, and each one of these things, they'll just grow straight up and it'll be awesome. So some of them are quite large, like this cayenne. Now this cayenne's still green, but it's dead right here, so I'm going to cut it over here. I'm kind of waiting for it to be a little less wet to do that, just the moisture in the air. And this cayenne, look, it's still ripening from some that were not ripening. This one's almost ripe. I mean, guys, I have cayenne that's almost ripe. We have some other little peppers here that looks like they're almost ripe. It's a pretty awesome system. Now my basil, which is over on the other side here, didn't make it. It got too cold in here for it, but you could potentially bring it in somewhere the basil could make it, or put a frost blanket over it or something. That was an experiment for me. I knew the peppers would make it through, because peppers will grow. As far as I understand, peppers are one of these plants that are very resilient, and as long as they doesn't freeze or have a hard frost, they'll live forever. I had a Thai chili that lasted well into December one year. I had another time that the cayenne lasted, I think, into mid-November. And basically, as long as they don't get shocked with that frost or the freezing, they'll last. So, and they're perennial. So here it does get cold enough, even though it's in California, guys. We don't all surf to work. It does get cold enough here to knock them back all the way and kill them. But I brought this whole thing into the screen and porch under cover. When it got colder, I pulled it away from the window a little bit, but not a whole lot. So that's probably why some of them didn't make it. But and it made it. So that's awesome. And I have peppers growing like actual fruits on the plants right now, which is mind-blowing, guys. That's mind-blowing. So I think once the rain stops, if it ever stops, I'm going to be cutting some plants back. I might do that before, maybe sometime this week after it stops raining. It's supposed to rain another couple inches tomorrow, which is a few days ago once you've seen this. So GreenStalks, this is the larger one. This is the regular size, and you can plant all sorts of things in here. And I just thought I'd do GreenStalks because St. Patrick's Day is coming. I know these aren't green. I have some green ones, but I don't know. I didn't have any other St. Patrick's themes so I figured GreenStalks. So there should be a link in the description of all my videos for a 10, I think it's $10 off. I don't think it's 10%. I think it's $10 off your first order of GreenStalks. So go ahead and go to that link, and hopefully it's active. Let me know if it's not. And you'll get your GreenStalks. So they are somewhat expensive, but like I said, I mean, the bigger one, it fits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 6 is 30 plants that you can hug. I am hugging 30 plants right now. So anyway, I think it's awesome, and I think everybody should start doing this, especially if you live in a small area. I mean, how much land would it take you to grow 30 peppers? Strawberries, okay, they can be a little closer, but 30 peppers? That's quite a bit of space, and you can grow it all in a space that you can hug. So, hug your plants. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This is kind of my almost year look into this. I don't remember exactly what month it was, but we're moving into the second growing season with these, and I think it's a great idea. I did buy 2 more a couple months ago that I haven't put together yet, but they are a wonderful idea, especially if you are in a small space or trying to grow as much as you can on your property. Like, this is where it's at, and it has a whole watering system on the inside that you don't have to worry about, like, is this one getting enough water as opposed to the one down here. It evens out. So anyway, I recommend it, highly recommended. All right, so have a great St. Patrick's Day, and have a wonderful time gardening. Figure out what you're planting this year if you haven't yet, and if you need to start early, I mean, one of these inside the porch isn't a bad idea. So if you like this video, please do a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Please subscribe and hit that bell notification. That way you'll get all of the content. We have tons of different types of content on here, from animals to gardening, to food preservation, to cooking, and more. So you want to make sure you get all that content, hit the bell notification, and share this with someone who really, really wants to garden and really, really needs this. And especially if they have a small place to grow in. This is perfect. So enjoy the day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the day.